Case study instructions for CMD majors. You will review the assignments that led up to this case study, such as listening, oral language, academic language, reading, and whatnot. You will incorporate your individual assignments and use them as a basis of your foundation to write about your understanding and growth in terms of ELL students in the mainstream school environment with respect to this case study. What you're going to do is insert yourself. You're going to end up being part of a team. This team is coming together to develop assessment, more reliable assessment procedures for English language learners to exit ELL programs. You're going to use the knowledge and skills that you've gained over this semester to help you assist with that committee work. So during this whole process, you're going to pretend that your chosen ELL student is the one being discussed in this case study. So you should always consider and include your ELL student and his or her issues with respect to this case study. You must respond to each question prompt using complete grammatically correct sentences. Please do not write like you speak. Because you are part of this committee, I want you to use I, but make it professional. You're a speech pathologist. You're a consultant and an advocate in this case. You're going to tie in the information that you've learned over the course of this semester through our readings, supplemental material, and the assignments that you have completed. You must incorporate a minimum of 4 of the following vocabulary words in your case study. Again, as a consultant, you need to be able to use these types of terminologies to explain to others on the committee why we need to hone our skills with assessment concerning English language learners. Don't just define the required words. I know the definitions per se. I want you to use these words and their concepts to frame your response to the case study questions and essentially the stakeholders involved in this case study. You must have a minimum of 5 references done in APA style and include a reference page. You can only have 1 quote per page. Again, if you don't know APA citation, please Google it. Since this education program doesn't necessarily use the word stakeholder, a stakeholder is a person who is directly or indirectly impacted by any given situation. In this case, it's ESL assessment or assessing English language learners. Your job is to identify the key people who would be directly and indirectly impacted in this case study. Use what you know from parent advocacy. Use what you've learned over the course of the semester to help yourself with this. So now we get down to the story or the case that's being studied. You read through these following paragraphs, and again, remember, you're a consultant, you're an advocate, you're going to help out on this committee. You're going to advise, you're going to use your knowledge, dispositions, and skill sets that you've gained over the course of this semester to really develop detailed, specific responses to these questions that are based on evidence, research, and work that you've done. So here are the rest of the story. After the story or the case, these are the big focus question or the essential question is, what should the committee recommend? Well, in doing this, we have to identify the issues. So you must answer all 5 questions under issues. Now you have to consider all perspectives. Again, you must answer all 4 questions under consider all perspectives. Make sure when you answer these questions that you are using complete, professional, grammatically correct sentences. Use the evidence-based terminologies that have been provided to you to enhance the overall professional knowledge quality of your response to this case study. Then we come down to identify relevant professional knowledge. Again, you need to answer these 5 questions. Here is where you consider possible actions and consequences. Answer these 4 questions. Again, you are allowed to make 1 quote per page. Cite your information within the text and include a reference page. Thank you and good luck writing this. Bye-bye.